So today we're going to be talking about suggest reasons why PED may change among a straight line, and I've split this up into two diagrams. It's just easier to compare them both by looking at them separately. Terms we're going to be using today, elastic, inelastic, and unit elastic. Elastic is when PED is more than 1, and inelastic is when PED is less than 1, and unit elastic is when PED equals 1, or they're proportionate to each other. So over here we have the equation for PED, and just for a rule of thumb, it's easy to remember. So if it's elastic, that means that percentage change in quantity demanded is bigger than percentage change in price. And for inelastic, it's the inverse of that. So the percentage change in quantity demanded is smaller than the percentage change in price. And for unit elastic, they're proportionate to each other, meaning they're the same. So what I want to get to here is they're both, just a disclaimer, they're both the same decrease in price, both, but just one in the upper half of the demand curve and one in the lower half of the demand curve. Reasons why PD may change along the demand curve or along the straight line is because the percentage change here is much smaller than the percentage change here. So what I mean by that is we also refer to PED. We also link the two with total revenue, and the calculation for total revenue is price times QD, quantity demanded, and that's total revenue. And what we say about total revenue is it is maximized at the midpoint, there, midpoint. So just by looking at this, we can see that in the first diagram that PD is elastic because C, if you look over here, sorry, we didn't give any numbers to these, we gave letters. So we can see C is bigger than A, meaning that you would rather go with C rather than A. You lose the opportunity of A, you lose revenue over here in A, but what you gain in C outweighs what you lose in A. So you're initially making a profit. Sorry, not profit, you're just making a gain. And that would lead you towards the midpoint, total maximize total revenue. And over here in the lower half, you see Z is proportionally smaller than Y, meaning you would take a loss in total revenue, so it's coming away from the midpoint. Let me zoom out real quick. Okay, so just analyzing this and referring back to SPLAT, we could think of this as proportional to income. So if we had two different people with two different sets of income, one a wealthier person and one with a less wealthy income, so earning less money. So if someone were to buy, so if the rich person, so if two people walked into a dealership wanting a Porsche, right? So the rich person and the price of a Porsche decreases by 10%. Given that, given the wealthier person is already rich, he doesn't mind. He would gladly take the poor. It doesn't really matter to him if there's a 10% decrease because it's really nothing. It's still the same. However, if it's a rich person, if it's a less poor person, they would appreciate it more because it's such a big difference. Yeah. Yeah, so that's about it. Thank you for listening.